sometimes you will hear people say, just quit your job and go and do what you love. Give it a go. Why not? You'll never regret the things you do. You'll regret the things you don't do. And yes, there's something to be said for that. But in reality, what happened me when I quit my job the first time, and I thought, I can do freelance. I have some connections. I can make it happen. I can work for myself. I believed it. I was getting clients. I was able to make them connections. But when it came to doing the actual work, I felt so under pressure that I was taking too much time on jobs because I wanted to perfect them. I was trying to do the very best I could and deliver something that the client was super impressed with, so that they talk with other people about me and refer me on to others. And there was also a really tough mental side of it, having rent to pay, bills to pay. Obviously, I didn't have kids at the time, so it was a little bit different, but I still had responsibilities. You're always looking at that bank balance. You're always looking at that next job, and every job becomes like a lifeline. So you're saying yes to everything. I was saying yes to anybody who'd give me a job. I was pricing at what I thought they wanted because I was so desperate to get that job. Then when it came to doing the actual work, I was spending ridiculous amount of times on jobs. I was pricing them out, first of all, what I thought the client wanted, which was probably way under what I thought I was worth. I was trying to meet, their needs. And then when it came to the job, I was trying to perfect it. I was spending hours and hours on it. And with that, I wasn't getting any time to try and make other connections. I wasn't getting any time to rest. I wasn't getting any time to take a pause. So I was getting one job that was a relatively small job, and I was going all in on it. And then I had no time to focus on anything else. And I was hoping that doing an incredible job would lead to this client referring me to others. But the odd time when they did and you get another job, you're in that trap again of like, I need to go all in on this. And then you're looking at your bank balance, and then you're looking at your bills, and everything comes on top of you, and you go, fuck, you know what's easier? Working a full-time job. And then I went back. And a few years later, I got made redundant. So I thought, this is time to do it again. And without that safety net of income from somewhere, I fell into that trap of having all the time in the world, seemingly, to do these jobs, but spending all the time in the world trying to do these jobs. It was a horrendous trap that I fell into. And what I did differently the third time lucky, was that I started freelancing while I had my job, and without any kind of outcome in mind. I just thought, what can I get here if I just start doing work on the side? So I was taking maybe an hour or two in the evenings and some time at the weekends to find clients and then do jobs for them. What was incredibly different in my process of working was, because I have that safety net of my full-time job and my income, I was actually working so much smarter because I wasn't feeling the need to impress every single client. I wasn't feeling the need to put pressure on myself to make X amount of money. I was taking these jobs and I only had 1 or 2 hours in the evening. So I was figuring out how to get them done in that time. And suddenly I had developed a skill for working smart instead of working hard. And that completely transformed how I operated as a freelancer. I started to look at time versus price, and what is the price and how much time am I spending on the project? This changed everything. So I was able to clearly see that I was capable of taking a $200 job and getting it done in 1 to 2 hours in the evening. And I thought to myself, wow, that's an hourly rate of $150 or $100 an hour. What if I was like, if I can do that once, what if I could fill my day with that? And that changed everything. But I was never going to be able to get into that mindset when I had a full-time job or when I had no job, because you're going all in, you're focusing, you feel the pressure, you feel the need to impress, to do the best job possible. And you're taking that $200 job and you have no other responsibility for 6-7 hours in a day. So you're putting all your time and effort into absolutely perfecting the job. So it was a weird turn of events that having less time to do freelance work actually made me really, really good at freelance work, and mostly at making it profitable. So I'm confident in my abilities and the jobs that I can do, but perfectionism was completely ruining me. And I let go of that perfectionism because I didn't have enough time. So there's two big learnings here. I would say if you're thinking about going freelance, start now if you have a job, as little or as much time as you can dedicate to it. Take on them jobs and then figure out how to get them jobs done in that time that you have available, and see what happens. Can you take that $100 job and do it in an hour in the evening? Because if you can, then imagine being able to do that for 6 or 7 hours in a day. It's without a doubt for me, the easiest way to start going freelance is while you have some security. And I know it's difficult and people have responsibilities, kids, partners, etc. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it if you can get those first few clients without the pressure of needing to make X amount of money. You can start to play a little bit. You can start to play around with your time, play around with the jobs you take on and the offerings that you give. And like I say, the biggest thing is learning how to work smart. That teaches you how to price properly. That teaches you what you're capable of. That teaches you what is good enough versus what is perfect. And that's where the gold is for me. It's been able to go, that's good enough. I've been able to take my experience and add a professional level to the job that's on offer, but I've not spent hours and hours trying to perfect it. And that is the difference to me, the biggest difference in people who fail at freelancing and people who succeed at freelancing. So if you're considering freelancing, you have a full-time job, start now. Don't think about how much, just start. Pluck a price out of the air if you're speaking to somebody that is a potential client. It doesn't matter what it is, because what you'll be able to do is look at the time you spend on it in the evening or at the weekends, whatever it is, versus the price, and see what is on offer, what you're capable of. Just start and then see if you can get another client, and it will build incredible momentum. What happened for me was referrals, 5-star reviews on Upwork. I was able to then build a website. I didn't have a website before I started. I was able to build a website, get inbound traffic, inbound requests from there. Everything just snowballs. And now I have a life that I thoroughly enjoy. I absolutely love my work and I love Mondays. And I want that for other people, because I don't think you should dislike your job or not be happy in your job. We spend so much of our time working that I think it should be, people should be aspiring to do something that they enjoy, and it's on offer. I'm not special. I was never the most talented or smartest person in any room, but I've been able to do this through testing, experimenting. Time and consistency creates incredible results. If you need any help, comment below. Let me know what's stopping you from freelancing. Let me know the biggest challenges you're dealing with as a freelancer, and we can take it from there. And thanks for watching.